Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and it's afternoon. I've got my beer can rings made for today. I made 10 today. I made 10. I was going to start on another blank, but I thought, no, I've got a project I want to do. I told you guys I'd do something a little different, so here's what I'm doing. A while back, I got a comment from a guy saying that Intense Angler had the beer can ring thing all figured out. He was using... they didn't say what he was using, so I went there. It took me a while to find him and then find the video. I finally just Googled beer can ring, and it was like second one down, like 112,000 views and 249 comments, like a 4-year-old video, I think. Anyway, I found it. And in the video, he shows how to make a beer can ring out of the top of a tuna fish can. Okay. So what I did was I went to the dump and I went to the bin with all the cans and I picked out several different brands of tuna fish cans and came back and tried it. Okay. First thing I'm going to do right up front is I'm going to tell you it doesn't work. And then I'll tell you why. I went down through the comments and read. And there was two types of comments, considering it's a 4-year-old video. There was the comments of, way to go, man, really good video, because he shows exactly how to do it. And I'll get to that in a minute. And there were two types of comments, fantastic, great way to save money, fantastic, I'm going to do it tomorrow and all that. And then the other comment, I tried it, it doesn't work, not even close. Okay. The reason why it doesn't work is he says in the video that you can use a tuna fish can, cut the top out, cut it down so you got a 1/4 inch of can down, and then bell the mouth and put it in. He didn't use a tuna fish can. He used a jalapeno can. Let me show you a picture of that. I grabbed it off his site and resized it, and I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, now he showed himself doing it, and it worked great. The problem is the jalapeno can evidently is just a little bit smaller than a tuna fish can, and tuna fish can, forget it. I read comments where people had tried for 3 hours and gone through 20 cans, just couldn't make it work. I spent at least an hour out here. I even made dies and expanded the can. I still couldn't make it work. It's just too big. The tuna fish can, no. So you've seen the picture of, now you can't buy that can around here, I don't think. I think it looks to me like that product's made in Mexico. It's probably available in like Texas or something like that, but up here in Maine, I don't think it's available. So unless you can find that can, or another one comparable. And there isn't a lot of difference between that and a tuna fish can. Maybe if you mic the diameter, you can on something this flexible, but I'm going to guess it's like 30 thousandths difference, and you just can't stretch the can that much. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've told you the tuna fish thing, no worky turkey, and the comments, quite a few comments, bear me out on that. And I should have read the comments before I tried it, but be honest, I would have had to try it anyway, and they're just too big. Okay, now I'm going to take this can of Foster's, and I'm going to show you how to put in one of my rings. So hang on, I'll go out, dump this, I'll come back in, and then I'll show you how to make a QMH. Real quick, real easy. Okay, I'm back. I got an empty can. Now, I'm going to reset this camera so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to install a beer can ring, which is... And unlike the Intense Angler video, this is the real deal. I don't think he realized that the can he was using, the jalapeno can, was a little bit smaller than the tuna can. I really don't think he had any idea. And if he had, I think he would have said so. I don't think he just didn't do enough research. If he tried it with a tuna can, he would have found out, boy, don't put that in the video because You're just going to make a lot of people mad. Because there was people that commented that had tried 20 times to do it, just couldn't do it. Just could not do it. And I got to admit, I invested, you know, over an hour before I came to the conclusion, no. No matter how you bell it or anything, it's not going to happen. Just too big. Some people actually put it on the outside of the can. That has its own set of problems, but it actually will fit on the outside of the can better than it'll fit on the inside. But then you're compressing the can, and sooner or later you'll squeeze it, and since it's on the inside being compressed, it's going to tend to do one of these numbers and fold inward, and that's not the way to go. But, okay, let me quit beating my gums, set the camera up, and we'll make a QMH. Not an ATP, Angry Troll Pot, and I just want to say hi to all you angry trolls out there. Hey, keep on doing what you do, because you're good at it. Okay, let me reset the camera and get going. Okay, I'm going to try to do this without getting my hands in the way, which is going to be impossible, but anyway. When I make a QMH, I cut the can off, see the FOSTERS, right at the solid bar on the T. I start right there, and I just take a Sharpie and in my hand and brace it, put it against it, and then just spin the pot like that. Not that big a deal. Then I don't use razor blades and 2x4s, and I just take a regular pair of scissors and punch a hole in the can. That wasn't too difficult. And the first cut, I just want to get the top off of it. It's easy to work with. I cut the top off and throw it away. Okay, now I've got the line I drew, and I take my time and cut right up to the line. Very carefully. This is going to take a little while. And you probably guessed I've done this more than once. Okay. Okay. Now I've got my Foster's can with the concave convex bottom. Got the top cut off. It's not real even. I'm going to amend it a little bit here in a couple spots, because you look, if you've got any bumps and glivets, you can, depends on how good you cut the line out. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, I'm going to take this over and dip it in some water and get rid of the actual beer out of it. Just rinse it in some water. Okay, now I'm going to go get a beer can ring. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to wipe some of the water out of this so it doesn't drip down my arm. Okay, what's the best way to do this? Probably want to get right in close here. Swing the camera around. Move some stuff out of the way. Okay. Now this ring right here has a step on it. It has a step on it. It drops in and then it's tapered from there down. So you want to get that step inside of the beer can all the way around. Okay? And it's just that easy. Then all you do is take your fingers and start and there you have it. Done. Now, that's it. Perfect fit. Because I do it in a machine shop environment with an eye gauge. I'm within a half a thousandths, and I know exactly the diameter it's supposed to be, and I mic it, and when I get all done, I try every one in a Foster's can. I have a Foster's can right there, and I just start them in to make sure they're the right size. So, and you can see it doesn't bell the edge of the can way out. It's just a good fit. And taking it back out, you can't get it back out. You'd have to be, I mean, if you're really beefy young guy and you could really had strong fingers, you get it out. But boy, it ain't easy. As far as this coming out while you're using it, no. The only way you'll ever really get it out is when the pot finally gives up, you boil it dry or whatever. Go in the side and punch a hole and cut a little ways on an angle, and then take a pair of pliers and take a hold of the side of the pot and rip it upwards, rip it up towards the ring and rip right across, and you'll rip the metal right off, and then you can take the ring right out. Just it's like ripping the side out of a Dixie cup. And that's all there is to it. Now, there's a lot more to a QMH than just this. The QMH has a lid, a very good fitting lid with a maple knob, and then this is all wrapped for a cool touch. So, and then it has a silicone lip guard on it. So when you get all done, you got a really nice pot. But that's how you put in the ring. Now, if you can find that can of jalapenos he was talking about, in the size he was talking about, I think it's 13 ounces, but I'm not sure. I think it'll work. But it may or may not. I'm not going to tell you it will, because he did, and he also said a tuna can would, and I'm pretty sure he got a lot of people mad at him, because from the comments I saw, there's a lot of people say, we're not happy. So anyway, these are not cheap. These rings are 15 bucks a piece. They're machined out of aircraft aluminum, and they're precision machined within $1,500. Bottom line, machine shop environment. On the bright side, once you have it in there, if the can gives up, just go buy another can and put this ring in another can. And you can do that for the rest of your life. You'll never wear the ring out, ever. Just not going to happen. There's no wear. It'll never rust. That was another problem people had, was they used the tuna fish can, and they said first time they used it, it rusted badly. I didn't know that, but that's what people were saying, that it would rust. And the other half said it doesn't fit. And I'm sure there's a lot of different sized tuna cans. Maybe one of them will, but I'm just telling you, the 3 I tried, and a bunch of people in the comments below his video, didn't work. I wish it had. It would have been kind of cool to show you one. And I'm going to look around and see if I can find that can of jalapenos. And if we do, I'll make one and show it to you. I think the biggest problem you're going to have is this one is tapered in on a real shallow taper on the inside. So if you put your hand inside and pull it out, no problem. But with the tuna fish or the jalapeno can, you've got the raw edge of that can. And no matter how hard you try, you'll never make it completely hug the side of it. And I think if you put your hand and pull it out, you may cut yourself, as well as it being a food trap, food getting in underneath it. And there's no lid alternative for it, so you don't have a lid. It's got its problem, but can't beat the price. So, I'm Tinny from Indie Bowl Design. Try to have a really great day, and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.